Nothing in Magic screams friendship quite like screwing with your opponent's lands, so today we're going back to Merfolk, and not just any Merfolk, Green Merfolk. And if you haven't already seen the last video, don't worry about it, because all you need to know is that we have green in the deck for Noble Hierarch and Collected Company, but also for Choke, which is why we only have 2 islands in deck, but it works really well, because like, who expects Choke from a Merfolk deck, you know? It's pretty gangster. And for those of you who have seen the last video, based on your feedback, I made some changes to the deck. First of all, I added in a second island, because a lot of people were saying that one basic land wasn't enough to deal with Path and Ghost Quarter. For the second change, a lot of people seem to be triggered that I only ran 3 Harbingers as opposed to 4 last time. So now we have 4 at the expense of 1 Cursecatcher, which is fine because we already have more 1-drops in the deck than usual with Noble Hierarch there. And for the sideboard, I took out 1 Nature's Claim to put in 1 Reclamation Sage. And Reclamation Sage works well with Collected Company, but I did want to leave in a few Nature's Claims because if our opponent does drop Blood Moon, the Nature's Claim isn't instant. So if our opponent drops Blood Moon, we can make a green mana in response, and with Nature's Claim, take care of it. Whereas with Reclamation Sage, we can't do that. So there's a bit of a trade-off, but I think now is definitely a better version of what we had before. And we could always make a few more changes to the deck, but I think the deck here is better than before, and I think we're ready to go. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we get some interesting matchups. Opening hand looks pretty good. We'll keep it. Drop a Vial and pass the turn. Ooh, is this Tron? Oh. Now we could drop Spreading Seas this turn, but the thing is, what are the odds he knows we're Merfolk? And he dropped this land knowing that we were Merfolk and had Spreading Seas. So I think to be safe, let's drop Mutavault and then the Adept and just see what he drops for land next turn, and then we'll pass the turn back. Blue Tron. Well, alright. I still think we should hang on to Spreading Seas, so we'll drop in a Reejerey and swing in for 3. Opponent drops a second Tron land. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop in Master the Pearl Trident, untapping a land. Opponent drops Thirst for Knowledge, and they discard Expedition Map, so they might have the 3rd land in hand, which is fine, because now we'll drop Spreading Seas. Now we'll swing in for 7. Opponent's at 10, and we'll pass the turn back. And they would have had all 3. And they concede. Alright, not too bad. I've been waiting for this matchup for a really long time with this deck, and after sideboarding it's going to get that much better because we have 3 Seas Claims. We also have Choke, and since he is Blue Tron, it would be pretty sweet to bring it in against him. So going into game 2, we're going to get rid of a bunch of creature stuff and put in a bunch of this stuff here, a bunch of non-creature stuff. So with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand's not bad. We do have a Choke. We don't have anything to make islands, so we will Mole. Alright, it's a bit better. We do have Seas Claims, so we will keep Relic. I don't think now's the right time for Relic. And his deck may or may not have things that go to the graveyard, but he could have Mindslaver. So he's Eldrazi, which I guess makes sense. Should we Seas Claim it now? Ooh boy. And blue Eldrazi is a bit of an unusual deck, so not really sure what his angle is. I guess we will Seas Claim this turn. I mean, not the best use of it, but it will slow him down a bit. Opponent drops an island, passes it back to us. We will drop Cavern and then Adept. Opponent searches for another Eldrazi Temple, okay, and then we'll pass the turn back. So we'll see if he drops Thought Not Seer now. He looks like he might. Yep, there's Thought Not Seer. And takes Master the Pearl Trident. I guess he doesn't want them having Island Walk. This turn's a bit of a wash for us, but we will drop in Reejerey, and that way next turn we can use all the untapping stuff to play both Cursecatchers and whatever else to draw into, and with that we'll pass the turn back. Opponent swings for 4, no blocks from us. We draw an island, so I think the best thing to do here would be to drop in Cursecatcher, untapping Cavern, and our opponent repeals. Sure. I guess he didn't see the Cursecatcher coming. I don't know. But now with this land untapped, because the triggered ability still goes through, we can just redrop Reejerey, and with this extra island here we can drop both Reejerey and Cursecatcher, and then we'll swing in for 3, drop in another Cursecatcher, and then we'll pass the turn. Opponent swings in for 4 again. We'll take it. I think if it's going to be about a race here, then we're going to win that race. I don't see how he can outrace us. Nice. When we pull a Reejerey here, we got to be careful though. We'll drop in Reejerey right now, and just to be safe, we'll tap an island of his and swing in for an Ass Load. Opponent goes to 4. We'll pass the turn. I don't know how our opponent's going to get out of this. Oh shoot. They just balanced our creatures. No, wait, no, nothing we could have really done about that. It wasn't really worth sacking the Cursecatchers for it. And plus, by redropping these in, it kind of works in our favor because with the Reejereys, I think they just figured it out. Even with their Cursecatchers back in hand, like if we drop the Reejereys, then we can tap 2 permanents or untap 2 permanents every time we drop a Cursecatcher. Let's see, what would we have drawn? Another Reejerey. Yeah, we had it. Well, not too bad of a start for the first match to the league, and we'll go to the next one and see how that one goes. Opening hand seems alright with Noble Hierarch, so we will keep Goblin Guide. What are the odds of this being Rakdos Burn? That'd be pretty sweet. We'll drop in the Coast and then drop Noble Hierarch and pass the turn. I think it might be Rakdos Burn. That's cool. What if they saw our video? Oh, that'd be so cool. But anyway, we gotta speed things up here because we're gonna lose pretty quickly if we don't do something quick. I think our best shot here is to drop in Adept, followed by Cursecatcher because they are stuck on 1 land, it seems, and then we'll pass the turn. Opponent does a Rift Bolt, swings in for 2, I think is worth blocking. Yeah, I'll trade the Adept for it. 4 mana at our disposal. We could drop an Adept followed by Master the Pearl Trident, and that will save us from having to tap this down to deal 1 damage to ourselves. Or alternatively, we can drop 2 Lords, but if we could hit like Spreading Seas, that'd be perfect perfect for him. Decisions. I think the Adept's the better option here. So we'll drop an Adept, hit a Vial, and then we'll drop a Lord in and swing in for 3. And now we'll pass the turn. Opponent targets Riftbolt at us. Do we want to sack Cursecatcher for it? I don't think so. And a Lava Spike. Do we sacrifice Cursecatcher? There's scarier things out there. He probably has like a Searing Blaze in hand. I think we hold off. It doesn't look like he's gonna get any mana anytime soon. So we'll save Cursecatcher for when he does hit the second land. If we drop in both Lords, 4, 5, 4, that's 13 damage, 2 away from hitting him, which means if he hits the shock land, he won't be able to untap it. So I think that's our best bet. So drop in the first Lord, then the second Lord, and put him down to 2. And might as well drop a Aether Vial just for good measure, and pass the turn. And they concede. So unfortunately, they only hit 1 land. And unfortunately for them as well, we have Seize Claim in the sideboard. It's going to be really good against him. Since I made the first video on the Merfolk deck, or the Islandless Merfolk deck, I've begun to realize how good Seize Claim is. Like, I knew it was good before, but now it's like on a level that, you know, I just have so much respect for this card. And Burn is a really good deck to use it against. That and Tron. So yeah, we're definitely using 3 of these. So put in 3 Seize Claims, 1 Tidebinder Mage, and get rid of 4 Harbingers, because most of the creatures have haste anyway. So with that, we'll go to game 2. No lands in hand, can't keep this. 1 land hand, but we have Seize Claim. 2 of them actually, ooh. And a Cursecatcher, yeah, we're definitely keeping this. Hopefully we can hit a land, and we do. All right, Lava Spike. Oh man, I'm so tempted just to drop a Seize Claim right now, but I think the smart move here, drop Aether Vial. When he has a second land next turn, we can drop both of these in and leave the creatures for Aether Vial. Ah, Mardu Burn, all right. Ooh, and Spreading Seas. All right, I think we got this. So Seize Claim on this, Seize Claim on the other one, and that's a pretty tough pill to swallow. Our opponent will not be happy about that. He does hit another land, but we do have Spreading Seas for next turn. And our opponent attempts to hardcast Riftbolt. We could use Cursecatcher to stop it. Yeah, I think we should. I mean, it's not the best trade ever, but we are at 13 life, and if we can lock him out 1 more land, I think we're good. We hit a Silvergill, so we'll drop that in now, and then we'll finish up with Spreading Seas on the mountain, 2 Noble Hierarchs, and then we'll pass the turn. And he hits another land. Oh man, what? Game 1, he hits 1 land, now he hits 4 lands. Opponent Lava Spikes. I mean, if we lose this one, oh man. Let's drop in an Adept. Shoot, we could have just hard casted, I guess, because now we're in a bit of a tough spot where we could play one of these, but we'll take 1 from it, put us at 9, that's 3 bolts away. I think we gotta go for it though. Let's just drop in a Lord, and then swing in for 3, and then pass the turn back. Opponent passes turn back to us. We pull a Collected Company, but we'll swing in, and before damage is dealt, we will Vial in a Lord, and that's exactly 11, so if he has any removal, he has to use it right now. Skullcrack? Sure. Is that his way of saying I almost got you? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, those Seize Claims are pretty good, and Spreading Seas is pretty good, yeah. Burn is a really good matchup for us just because of Seize Claim and Spreading Seas, and we don't even need Choke to make it good, so you know, it's pretty good. So far we don't have any game losses, but every time I point out that we don't have game losses, that we're doing well, it seems like we'll lose the next match, so hopefully I don't jinx it. We'll see how match 3 goes. Opening hand's a bit strange. We have 2 Spreading Seas. I guess we'll keep. Hope our opponent doesn't run blue. There's Bogles. There's been a lot of Bogles decks out there lately. I called it. Gosh, we really need to drop Spreading Seas on this guy, but this turn can't do anything. We'll pass it back. But yeah, with Jund in remission, there aren't too many Jund decks out right now. Abzan, there's kind of some Abzan decks, but Liliana is not as prevalent as it used to be, and Liliana was the biggest problem for Bogle's decks. Core Spirit Dancer, okay. And now we will drop Spreading Seas, then pass it back to our opponent. Oh man, it's another land. Shoot. Spirit Mantle on Core Spirit Dancer, and then Armor. Shoot. Opponent swings for 8. I don't think we're getting out of this one. I mean, we could drop another Spreading Seas, but yeah, I mean, I guess we might as well play it out, just see what our opponent does. Dropping Cursecatcher, then pass it back, but we don't really have any way of dealing with this thing. Oh man. But Bogle seems to be the deck to be right now, just because, like I said, there aren't that many Lilianas out there, so there's not too many things that say, like, sacrifice a creature. Opponent swings for 12, we can block here, but yep, can't win this one. Let's go to game 2. Going into game 2, we'll get rid of 2 Kiras, 2 Cursecatchers, and 3 Harbingers to put in 3 Seize Claims and 3 anti-enchantment stuff and 1 Dismember. We could keep some Harbingers because we could bounce the Core Spirit Dancer, but I don't think it's worth it. We'll keep 1 in, and with that, let's go to game 2. Opening hand's alright. We do have 2 Aether Vials, 2 Nobles. I guess we could try and race our opponent, but no Seize Claim. Yeah, I guess we'll keep and just hope we hit something. Drop down a Vial and pass turn. Blade Cover Scout. Oh, and what do we have here? Oh, okay, big boy, here you go. Sweet victory. All right, plan on dropping in Noble next turn, or on our opponent's turn. Let's see if he has a second land. He probably does. Yep, all right. Spirit Mantle. And then we will drop in Noble. No land hate stuff, but we can dump our whole hand. So we'll drop in Noble, and one of the lords, and swing in with the exalted stuff, and then pass the turn back. Ah, shit. Oh, I hate that card. This card's so good. And a Bogle. Opponent swings in for 5, no blocks. Vial in the Lord, and we do hit a Seize Claim, but there are better things we could have hit. Might as well swing in for 6. Opponent goes to 12, and then we'll drop in Seize Claim on this, and just pass the turn back. This is going to be really, really hard to deal with. Hopefully we can get some anti-enchantment stuff, or like Collected Company and then get the enchantment stuff. I don't know. Collected Company could save us, but there's only one card that could really kill this enchantment thing. Nah, no blocks. We're down to 6, so not good. We hit a Spreading Seas. Well, might as well drop it on his last land, but it's kind of a little bit late for that. Oh, no way. All right, we gotta be smart about things. We'll swing him with one guy so we can block some stuff. The Exalted makes him a 5/5. Opponent goes to 13, pass the turn back. Opponent swings him with this thing. We will Nature's Claim the Daybreak just to get rid of the lifelink. And he still has first strike protection from creatures, so he will go down to 3. So we're in still a bad position, but we do buy ourselves an extra turn. Shoot. Too little, too late. We have him locked out, but this guy, protection from creatures, this guy's not going to save us. Swing in for 5, I suppose, and just hope that for whatever reason he thinks that we have something good in hand and he doesn't attack. I don't know. I mean, you know we're going to lose either way. Pass the turn. Opponent swings in for 3. We can't block, and that's game. Ouch. See, whenever I point out how well we're doing, we always lose the next match. But Bogles is really, really good right now. Like, unless someone has something that says sacrifice a creature, like, there's really not a whole lot of ways to deal with it that quickly. And I'm surprised more people haven't really caught on to that. Like, there should be a lot more Bogles decks, like, doing well right now. I mean, there are some decks that are doing well, but you'd think they'd be more prominent in the metagame. Well, we lost that one. Let's try the next one. Hopefully it goes better than that one. Opening hand, curve is kind of bad. 4, 4, 3. I think we got a mole. Yeah, this is slightly better. We'll keep. Put on top. Either Dredge or that Vengevine shit. Now, I was so ready to make a Vengevine deck, but like so many other people beat me to it. And now I feel like I'm just gonna like jump on the hype train if I make a Vengevine deck as well. So, too bad. Because I saw a Vengevine and I saw a Hollow One. I'm like, I need to make a deck around this. And I just never got to it. Opponent is for 1, then sacks. Opponent puts himself at 10. It's like Death Shadow. It could be Death Shadow. Drops Angler. All right, and Death Shadow. Oh wow. How do we even come back at this point? Oh man. Opponent swings for 8. No blocks from us. We'll Vial in Noble, and will our opponent fatal push it? Yep. Man, we really just need to buy ourselves some time. So we're gonna drop in Kira just as a blocker, and then pass the turn. Hopefully we can hit something good with Collected Company. Opponent swings for 8. We'll block here, and don't tell me he's gonna give him double strike. Oh come on. Well, we lost pretty quickly. I mean, what would we have drawn? I don't know. Guess we're going to game 2. Going to game 2, I'm going to get rid of 4 Collected Companies, 2 Kiras, 1 Adept, unfortunately, just so we can put in 3 Seize Claims, 3 Relics, and 1 Dismember. And with that, let's go to game 2. Well, this is quite interesting, but we will keep. And we will turn 1 Relic and pass the turn. Shoot, not good. Could drop Spreading Seas, but it'll sack. Can't drop either of these. Just got to pass it. Opponent drops a Blood Crypt and a Stomping Ground. And passes the turn back to us. Which is the bigger threat here? Probably the Blood Crypt, so we'll drop Spreading Seas on that. Opponent responds with Ancient Grudge. I think I'd rather have the Noble than the card draw, so let's let it happen. And we do have an Aether Vial, but this thing there, not really worth it, so we'll drop in Noble and pass the turn. Opponent hits another land, Faithless Looting, and there is Vengevine in there. Another Faithless Looting. Uh-oh, Hollow One, and a second Hollow One. Urgh. Well, okay. We'll start off with another Spreading Seas to hit his Blood Crypt, and then bounce the Vengevine using Harbinger. And hopefully he doesn't hit another green mana. Opponent cycles. Arg. Opponent does have another green mana. Shit. I mean, even if we put on this, it's like, I don't know. We're kind of in a tough spot either way. I mean, Vengevine's not the worst thing he could drop. Although it is pretty tough to deal with. It has haste. He can deal 12 to us. No blocks. We're actually pretty close to getting him. We gotta play things very carefully here. Let's see. Can we pull this off? We can drop in Noble. Then drop in Master the Pearl Trident. It's gonna be really tough. He's gonna have to misplay here. Maybe. But basically what we have to do is we have to block all 3 of these guys. It's gonna be a really bad trade for us. Or he could choose to not attack or only attack with 2. He's in a tough spot because he could attack with all 3. We'll block all 3. We get the losing trade here. I don't know. We'll see what he does. Another Faithless Looting. Shoot. And a Fatal Push. Why? And no matter how we block, we lose. So, that's rough. Alright, can't win them all. Opening hand's a bit rough. Alright, mull down to 6. The hand looks better than what it was before. We'll keep this on top. Is this like another Vengevine deck? No. Could be like Goryo's Vengeance. So we'll drop in Cursecatcher and pass the turn. Probably not Goryo's Vengeance. Maybe like some other kind of resurrection stuff. Grizzly Salvage. Oh, so like Grizzlebrand, Liliana's Deathmatch. Oh man, this is an interesting one. We'll drop in the Adept, and then we'll swing in for 1, and then pass the turn back. Another Grizzly Salvage. And then opponent passes it back to us. Well then, we will drop in Reejerey and then swing in for 5. The Cursecatcher is buying us some time though, because he does have a Burial Rites in the graveyard, but he won't be able to play it next turn because of Cursecatcher, and then pass the turn back. Opponent drops Burial Rites. We will attempt to counter it. If he has Simian Spirit Guide in hand, then he'll be okay. Yep, there he goes. Well, this could be ugly. And our opponent names blue. Alright. We could drop Noble Hierarch though, so we'll name humans here. Not that I'll do much, but at least it feels like we're doing something. And then we'll pass the turn back. Hopefully we can hit Collected Company. Collective Brutality, all 3 of them. And then Pentad Prism. But no attacks from our opponent. Man, alright, play this, pass the turn. Opponent drops a Looting, has a second Burial Rites. Will he bring back Grizzle Daddy? Nope, this one. Alright, I didn't even see that one there. Well, these 2 cards together make for a pretty good combo. And it looks like we're going to game 2. Going into game 2, I'm not going to change too much. We get rid of 1 Spreading Seas and 2 Cures for 3 Relics. And we could go with the Seas Claim path, but I don't think he has that many things that require that much mana as far as like color-wise. I mean, it is 3 colors, but I think we're better off just going on the Warpath and trying to finish him off quickly. So with that, we'll go to the next game. 1 land hand, we could drop Vial. I think it's too risky though, let's mull it. No Relic, but we will keep, put on the bottom. And turn 1, we will drop in Noble and pass the turn. Faithless Looting, and we will drop in a Spreading Seas to slow him down a bit. Reejerey, alright, then swing for 1, and then pass the turn back. Pentad Prism. Yeah, see, like the whole Seas Claim thing just wouldn't have been that great here. Ooh, we do hit a Relic, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop in a Reejerey. Wait, nope, didn't want to do that. I was gonna drop in a Lord and then Relic and keep 1 open to, shit. In my defense, I hit my head really hard this weekend, and I am not thinking, can't inform words, great. So with the, man, that was a mistake. All right, drop this guy in, and then get rid of 1 of the cards, but if he goes off next turn, then we're screwed because of my mistake. But I hit my head really, really hard this weekend. Like I was getting, well, long story, I might as well tell you because it's probably gonna be a long game, but there's been this cricket outside my window for like the past week, and it's really annoying, and like normally I wouldn't be bothered by it, but like when you're recording videos, you just have to think like, out of all the people watching, at least 1 or 2 people are gonna notice the cricket in the background. So get some stuff, not stuff to kill the cricket, but to deter it. And in the process of putting this stuff down, I hit my head on this metal air conditioner really, really hard. So this whole weekend I've been out of commission, and like I'm just not thinking clearly at all. Like it's like Forrest Gump level thinking right now, where you're like kind of there, but like kind of not. Well, we survived the turn, and this time we'll drop in an Adept. We hit Collected Company, and then with 1 mana open, we will drop in Lord. And if he tries to pull anything back from the graveyard, we can drop this. So things are looking pretty good. So anyways, my head really hurts. And like I'm at that point where I'm like, do I have a concussion? Do I not have a concussion? I don't really know. Oh, and the worst part is the cricket's still there. Like this hippy dippy shit that was supposed to like scare the cricket away didn't work. And like, I don't want to kill it. And I don't want to go out and try and find it again because I'm going to hit my head again. Ooh, an opponent drops Anger of the Gods. All right, well, at least we have Collected Company. Sweet, and we hit another land, which means we have enough Collected Company and Relic if we need it. So we'll pass the turn. And opponent attempts to drop this, we will respond with Relic. And now things are looking really good for us. We're going to drop in our big boys, not bad. And now make the Mutavaults and the creatures. And we're pretty close to closing things out. We're about 1 away. Do we hang on to Noble? I mean, he could have board wipe. We have Mutavaults either way. So I think we're okay if we drop in Noble, because board wipe won't save him. It'll just delay things. Or not even delay things. We have Mutavaults. I don't know. I don't even know where my mind's going right now. And our opponent concedes. All right, cool. Going into game 3, I don't think we need to change anything. I mean, we could put a Sage in, but as long as we pull a Relic, I think we're good. And the Spreading Seas like aren't that good, but they're decent in the beginning. And plus they help us draw into the Relic, I guess. So no changes. We'll go to game 3. Pretty interesting opening hand. We have Vial, Spreading Seas. I guess we can keep it. No Relic, but hopefully we can draw into it. Turn 1, we'll drop a Vial and then pass the turn back. Opponent hits 2 lands. And what are they gonna thought seize us? Ooh, an opponent just misclicked. Oh shit. Yeah, he just messaged me saying that he misclicked. He meant to hit green and then pass the turn because he didn't know how to undo. Oh man, that sucks. Ooh. Well, hopefully it doesn't change the outcome of the game, but oh man, that's a bummer. And he took a lot of life by that turn as well. And a Magic Online, like Magic Online is pretty good in most cases, but there are a couple bugs, like if what he's saying is true, or like it didn't give him the option to undo. I mean, I believe it, because there are some weird bugs with the game. Like with the card Cavern of Souls, it doesn't recognize creature types after the first one, so like I could name humans and drop Noble Hierarch with it, but if I named Druid and tried to bring Noble Hierarch with Cavern of Souls, it just would not recognize that as a Druid. But now if we drop Spreading Seas on his land, doesn't that kind of make us a dick? I mean, we kind of have to do it because we don't have any other play. Oh man, do we do it? I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, I'm such a dick. Oh my god, no. Oh man, I should just pass the turn. I don't know. Like, what do I do? It's like our fifth match, and I don't know. I mean, we're gonna do it either way, like to one of the lands. And see, he's fine now, so we're not bad people. Grizzly Salvage, and we'll drop in Noble. And we hit 2 relics. And I guess just to be safe, we'll drop in both of them. It's a little risky to do it, but I think having 2 out will almost secure us the win. Just because, like, if he doesn't kill them, we can just keep tapping. And eventually we can tap and get rid of all this stuff. But I think with pulling 2 relics, I think just, you know, this and the whole land thing wouldn't have changed the outcome. Because it's not like he has anything good in graveyard. Oh, shoot. Arg. Well, alright, we get that one. I mean, overall, it was pretty good. I mean, 3-2, I don't know. The deck's not bad. I mean, it feels like it's in that position where, like, it's good, but not great. And it's kind of like a typical Merfolk deck where it wins about half the time no matter what you do. But overall, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. In part, that's because my head hurts a lot and, like, I can't really think straight. But the deck seems to be functioning at about what Merfolk functions at, which is about 50%. So having green in the deck doesn't really hurt the win percentage. I mean, some people are arguing that, like, having Master of the Waves taken out of the deck is, like, what kills this version of the deck. But, like, Collected Company does help in certain situations. And some people in the comments of the last video were saying that, well, there's not that many enter the battlefield abilities, which is true, which is, you know, kind of makes it, you know, a crappy version of a Collected Company deck. But we do have the Adept, which triggers. And I think it roughly is about what Master of the Waves is. I mean, it's a matter of preference, I think. But anyway, I'm gonna keep this video short because I need to get some rest because my head just feels like it's about to explode. Plus, I have some other decks laid out that I really want to work on, some ones that look pretty sweet. And I think I'm ready just to put Merfolk on hold for now and come back to it after Ixalan comes out, because it does look like green-blue Merfolk could get some support from the set if they make some relevant cards. So I'm sure we'll revisit this deck, but for now, that's all. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day.